Good evening, my fellow travelers on Spaceship Earth. It is I, and I am Guy, coming to you live from Applewood Station, where it is 6 degrees Celsius in the evening, and the night is growing rather old, actually. One could say the night is young. The night is not, in fact, young. The night is rather old. I am finishing homework, and you are joining me. If you are here, this is what we call a body doubling stream. I will be doing work. Feel free to do your work as well. Join me. Make sure you've got part of this kind of going along with you here. Keep yourself going. Figure out what's going on at night. I will be broadcasting my work. Feel free to join in. All right. Case. Case. This is to turn off or to extinguish or to erase. No. Kesimasu. Kesu. Kesawanai. Nai. Kesanai. That's what we want. All right, folks, we've finished this little worksheet. This one's due today. I went ahead and just did that one. I feel kind of like I should put my name on it or something. Oh well. We'll go to Canvas. You just don't want me to upload them, but I work so hard on them. Oh, one night. Let's see if I did all one night. Not sure I did all one night. I did. Good. I'm kind of bummed, but you know. All right, so I have checked it. There we go. Done. All right. Check our calendar for to-do stuff. What's up on our feed today? Had something due yesterday, but I did it. I don't know what to think about that one. Done. My critical topic essay is coming in, 4 references, and Chapter 7 test is on Friday. I actually do not have a class on tomorrow, as far as Japanese goes, but I do have my first morning class with all kinds of funky things happening there, so that's that. Still have to figure out my critical topic essay, which is what we're going to do next, because I could probably write this relatively fast if I were to just know what the hell I was talking about. So, I was fascinated by the idea of maps. It just feels like everything is sort of a topic we've already talked about. And it's kind of becoming one of my ongoing issues. Right. That sounds bad. Okay. I'm going to open up a new document. And I will delete all of the things. Leaving us with just the original formatted things. I feel like I don't know enough about archaeology at this moment to actually make a question, a viable question, which is part of our problem. I'm starting to think that nobody's on the line tonight either. Well, hi back. I'm Guy. Hey, Sarge. Hey, Brent. Should say hi back. I'm Dad. Because that was most definitely a dad joke. I am pondering. And the pondering is so I am pondering my essay because I've got to come up with an essay for archaeology. The problem is, I don't feel like I know enough about archaeology to ask a question yet. Cat's tangled up in the wiring, huh? That's a thing. There you go. I mean, if you're gonna get tangled somewhere, she's still young, yeah? Yeah. Maybe she does do it on purpose just to, or she just might not be quite that savvy yet. I've noticed that cats tend to chew on electrical cords at that age too because they haven't gotten to the point where it bites them yet. So, hmm. Hey, GP. Aw, that's cool. We hear a lot about you. Good stuff. Lots of good stuff. Archaeology. Still trying to figure out. I need to come up with a topic for my paper. Oh, that's fair. Trying to come up with a topic. The truth of Indiana Jones. I swear my professor continues to make ongoing jokes about Indiana Jones all the time. Because, of course, he's like, this is what everybody thinks archaeology is about and what it's really about. And he's like, ding, 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 ding. No. LiDAR. Hmm. How do you do archaeology out in that like archipelago? There is some great stuff about using LiDAR to cut through the forest canopies and things like that. Underwater drone at that depth, yeah, you'd have to. You'd have to. Oh, they dropped a drone. I see. Well, what's the expected remains of that aircraft? Yeah, it looks like this is updated today. Might have been as early as. Oh, unfortunately, I cannot read anything without subscribing. Yeah, but everything's within the last 2 days. So, yeah. Well, it's in 16,000 feet of water, though, so it's not likely to be. It's what they're saying. So it looks like there's a sonar bounce off of an object in the bottom of the ocean. It's going to get better images as time goes on. Hmm. Well, that's what they've got so far is. And then they're saying it's relatively close to the correct size. I want to see. Hmm. Well, oh, I think she ran out of fuel too. I think you're right. It's a Lockheed Electra. It's a very advanced aircraft for the time, but still, it had. There's no only so much you can do if it doesn't have gasoline. No. Yeah, I think you're right. We are still well early in the aircraft era. So it looks like looking through things, um, like, well, that's all right. It's all good. I'm just looking through all this stuff, and I guess they did DNA testing on the bones they found on Nikumorobu, and it looks like the bones were not a DNA match for Earhart. So there's that. The bones they found on the island were not hers. Somebody else who got eaten by the local residents. Hi, won't you stay for dinner? You know, stuff like that. So, alrighty. But underwater drones. We've asked. Good night, Sarge. Good night, Guangping. Hmm. Hmm. Good to talk to you guys. I'll see you all around. I mean, really, we've been using underwater drones since we used drones to we dove the drones on Titanic's wreck. Hmm. So I will ask the question. Hmm? UVs. Ooh, da, da, da. What was I thinking? I'm out now looking around for. I think I may have finally found what I'm looking for here. Something that actually kind of grabs me. Underwater archaeology and using UAVs or AUVs Because I mean, underwater archaeology is super dangerous and remarkably scary. Not sure why we have to do these things in pencil, but that's okay. I will do these things in pencil. So we will do these things in pencil. I'm not sure why we have to, but we do. So I will find my stylus. Really? I've forgotten. Somebody killed my PC last night, and that means we have to restart. It's always something. I can't remember all the 27 steps that we have to do every time I restart my machine. One of them always is that I have to re-inform it that this is my monitor for drawing, not this. So There. Easy peasy. Nah. It wasn't the HMS, it was the RMS. Hey, Ray. Doing well. How about you? I'm illustrating a rover, a underwater rover. Jason Jr. Well, I'm having real problems. You just woke up. You're like, I just woke up. You were broadcasting, so I'm over here visiting with you. I follow that. There we go. That's what I was looking for. At this point in time, the rover is looking in the porthole of the RMS Titanic. So the Titanic, being one of the more famous shipwrecks, was discovered in 1985 by a guy named Robert Ballard, who was working with Woods Hole or Oceanographic Institute on the ship Argo. And Argo, at the time, had a submersible called Alvin. And the submersible had a rover called Jason Jr. And the rover took most of the pictures inside the wreck because, of course, Alvin couldn't. It was a sub, and so since Alvin was a huge submarine, it could only sit outside the Titanic. And so they sent Jason in, and Jason would float around inside the wreck. And some of the first pictures we ever got of the inside of the Titanic were taken by Jason Jr., which is kind of cool. Excuse me, sorry. I'm still getting over that cold that got me earlier this week. So at this point in time, this particular picture has Jason Jr. looking in a window, which was too small for Jason Jr. to get into. So now I'm just messing with it to try to figure out how to make it look nice. I don't know why I'm adding pictures to this document, but I wanted to, so. There. I'll call that good. Perfect. And then I will say, save it somewhere. There. And I'll just add it to my document when we get there. Now to figure out what the heck I'm doing next. Can you start an essay in like story form? I guess you can't start an essay in story form. So, how are things going on your side of the world over there, Ray? Man. Looks like Saturday and Sunday, I have to work both days. It's going to rain and snow and just be a general nuisance and all kinds of stuff. That's nice. That's kind of cool. What's the holiday about? Same as Christmas. Ah, gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Yeah, we're in that time of year, the year where everybody does it's dark all the time. It's so dark. I want the dark to go away. And so we all have these big celebrations to kind of keep the dark away, But all over the world, that's kind of a universal sort of thing. And it seems like it's coming up very close to the same thing as the Chinese New Year. In roughly the same era. And maybe. But then you'd have it every month. Which, Christmas every month might not be bad. I'm just saying. No, that's fair. This is to make up for all the other full moons all through the year. We're just going to have many days worth of partying. That's kind of cool, actually. We'll just party a lot. And then that'll just set you for the entire year's worth of full moons. I don't want to hear any complaints. Halfway through the year, but can we have another full moon festival? No, you already had your full moon festival. Stop asking. I actually love different cultures' festivals. Yeah, fair. That's always been something I've really liked was all the other cultures and their full moon or their various festivals, not full moon festivals necessarily, but I love festivals. It's so much fun. I mean, after a while, you kind of have your own festivals and you kind of get used to the pattern. And it's nice to be in another country and just like, I don't know what today's festival is about. Let's go find out. Oh, look, there's a festival today, you know, Natsumatsuri, and right. Yeah, that was the best part about living in Japan. All the festivals had cool food. I was always like, ooh, let's go try the food. But I mean, as we've already kind of established, I travel the world on my stomach, so there's that. Like, the first thing I want to know about your culture is, well, what good food do you have? I mean, it's like a thing. Now that I've been learning a little bit about cultural anthropology, there's a logic to that because every human has to eat. And so, no matter what, any human coming into another culture, you can take them to dinner and it works. They have to eat, so it's a good way to kind of connect with people. Yeep. I mean, it's not like you guys are on the Mongolian steppe or anything. I'm just saying, could be worse. You could be fattening you guys up for the kill. Later, we invite the polar bears here, you know. I'm having a hard time thinking through this stuff. Is this why you're actually on our stream this morning or this evening? Is because you're off for the festival? Which is all right. I'll take it. I don't mind having you around for that. Well, yeah, but if you're fat if you're fattening up for the encroaching ice for some reason, it always has to be polar bears. We don't have polar bears here either, but I always make jokes about it in driving school. I don't know. Polar bears just seem cooler. I don't know why. Probably because I don't live near any polar bears. I'm sure if I lived in a world where polar bears were around all the time, I'd probably be less enamored with polar bears. Yep. Polar bears got Bob yesterday, so there's that. We do have bears out here though in Colorado, but they're all brown bears and black bears. Your standard bears. You don't want to mess with them. They're still pretty mean, but yeah, I'm not thinking of anything here. Well, camels will spit. That's a thing. They could spit meanly at you. You know, mean. Hey, Alfie. No, Ken hasn't been here in a long time. Can Can had to go get um, a job that the timing was really weird, so it made it very difficult for him to be on stream because he has to be up at like 3:30 in the morning to go to work, and so he because of that he can't. The streaming time is really lousy. So, but now we've got Ray and Alfie, which means Australia Australia represent, which is good. But yeah, it's been kind of a weird end of the year and start of the new year. Yeah. And we're only going to run for about 9 more minutes, and then I'm going to log out. I'll see you later, Ray. Have a good day, my friend. And enjoy your festival. Eat lots of good food. And think of me. Because I'd be like, hey, I'll eat that food. uh, how are you doing, Alfie? How are things in your world? That's good. How are your birds? Excellent. Good to hear. George is asleep somewhere, but he's doing well. He'd say hi, except that he's lazy because he's a cat. So, we're kind of stuck there. You know how that goes. And he's now an older cat now. He's no longer a kitten. So he's starting to slow down like a normal adult cat, which is cool. He's a good cat. I'm trying to think of anything else. I've started school. So I'm in school now. And I'm going and getting my bachelor's degree in anthropology, which is the study of human beings. I'm going to be a cultural anthropologist, which is somebody who studies human culture, because it fascinates me. It's really interesting. All of the cultures around the world interest me, which is one of the things I've really loved about doing these broadcasts every day, is because sometimes you show up and you're from a different culture, and Ray shows up from a different culture, and we get all of these people from different cultures, and that's just so cool. And I think that's neat. And even though I think American and Australian culture is pretty close, relatively speaking, it's still slightly different. There are different things that we do in our two cultures. And that's so fascinating. They're not that similar? You don't think so? That's an insult. Right? But I mean, you think about it relative to, say, Japan or China, right? I mean, even relative to Japan and China, like British culture becomes close, you know? At some point, even like French culture and, you know, German culture, because everything is so different in those worlds. Or like some of the cultures in Africa, where they don't even have the same they don't even use the same vocal patterns as we do. They click that sound where they click at each other. That's kind of cool. It's a fascinating thing. Anyway, cultures are really interesting, but not just cultures like that. There's also subcultures, right? Inside a culture. So you have a country's culture. Right? What other countries are there? Germany. That's another country. But even inside our cultures, we have many cultures, you know. Yeah, geeky cultures and things like that. And it's interesting because things like the geeky culture transcends, like the anime culture transcends. People who are anime fans will be anime fans all over the world, and they all connect as that culture all over the world. Star Trek fans connect all over the world. Doesn't matter where you're from. I think that's interesting too. You know, Trekkies are Trekkies. It doesn't matter where they are. You might run into a Trekkie in Germany or Japan or, Harry Potter fans, same thing. You might find them anywhere in the world. I think that's interesting. I really do. I think people are cool. So, yeah. So, I'm going to actually get a degree and become a doctor, and then that'll be my job. I will go around and study cultures, whether that's the Trekkie culture or whether that's the Harry Potter culture, or, and how they can be connected even though they're not in the same actual overriding culture. We live in a very interesting era now that we can all talk to each other. The bird culture. There's totally bird culture, I'm sure. Think about that all the time in like Reddit, where all those subreddits have accumulated people who are very intelligent and very right. But I mean, they're all these subreddits gather up the people who are really interested in that. I find that interesting. So, all right. I think I'm running out of steam tonight, Alfie. I'm tired. And tomorrow I gotta be up and running at like 6:45 so that I can get to work. Yeah, or get to school. I mean, I go to school tomorrow, and that'll be a thing. And tomorrow is a big day. It is. School starts at 8 o'clock, and I've got to be downtown. So, a long haul. And I just got the pass so that I can take the train instead of having to try to park every day, because that's becoming a problem. So, but I do have my pass program. So, anyway, I'm going to get going. It was good seeing you, Alfie. I miss talking to you. Hope you have a good day. The day is just beginning for you. Hope it's a good day. I won't be on tomorrow morning. Obviously, I've got class tomorrow. And then tomorrow night may be late, but I don't know. We'll have to see. It's good night for you. Or for me, it's good night. For you, it's good morning. For me, it's a good night. Either way, my friend, it's good to talk to you. And I will see you around. And for everybody else who's out there, keep your eyes on the stars. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.